coming up. I realized I never did a behind-the-scenes chat of the Bleeder of Warren County until like an hour ago, and I was like, oh, let me do that. So I got the movie queued up. I already kind of forget it, but let me take off my championship jacket first before we start. No big deal. So the Bleeder opens with a song I did, like Nightmare on Elm Street, with baby pictures of me I had to hunt down. I had some buck teeth, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, so I opened it with that. I came up with that later on, after I was already kind of done with the movie, I think. But the train station stuff is also the face you see pulsating at the beginning, that's a painting I did that you see in the movie later, but I made that painting not going with this movie. And once I came up with the idea of the movie, I was like, I feel like in the Bleeder of Warren County, you can say, but I was like, it needs like a face or something you can look at. And that painting was sitting on my kitchen table, and I was like, that's it right there. So I took a picture of it and then just edited it, and that thing came, and I was like, it's fucking perfect. So the train station scenes, because this character, obviously, the Bleeder of Warren County is, this character's family's been cursed, and, well, what happens when the time comes? Instead of trying to, like, fight it, it's just like, all right, well, let's see what happens. So he's traveling to, like, a place he knew when he was a kid at his grandma's house. I forget what I said. I just kind of made up shit as I went. But the train station stuff, and the point of him jumping across the tracks is because he's like, fuck it, I'm dying in a couple hours anyways. Like, I bet I can jump across and, you know, before that train crosses. And I thought of that on the spot because I realized though, where you stand to wait for the train is only like this far off the ground. I was like, oh, I can run and jump across that. I can think that way. And I think it worked because I used like this lighting thing. I think it worked. So, oh yeah, then the voiceover is just trying to explain the story a little bit. There ain't none sweeter than the Bleeder song I wrote before the movie too, which was sweet. So I shot the idea behind this originally. So the Bleeder of Warren County, I wrote like the idea probably in like 2022. It was for somebody else was going to be in it, but it just sat again, like a lot of ideas. And then 2 years later, I was thinking about it and I was like, all right, let me change it. Then I was just thinking about like Evil Dead. I was watching Evil Dead and I was like, well, what about like a shack in the woods or something? Then I was like, fuck it. I was going to build like a shack in my parents' backyard. I was like, it's going to be dark. You're not really going to see. I wasn't even planning on shooting exteriors. And then my dad, he works at Tim's Timber. He's known this guy since they were in first grade and they're retired. So think about that. I shot Art House Loser and Art Eye Special there. But my dad sent me pictures of like the trailer of a box truck they use as a shed that's on the ground. And he was like, what about this? Easier than building something. And I was like, yeah, if we can pull everything out, fuck yeah. I was like, it still needs a wall and like a door or something. And my dad just built what you see, that thing. And then I was like, oh, it's fucking perfect. So that kind of fell into my lap. And then I shot a little exterior stuff and I used the I always want to just do different stuff. So like the lantern, I bought those lanterns. I thought they were bigger. So I bought 2. For some reason, I thought that was going to do the lighting that I wanted. They were actually a little bit smaller, and 2 came in each, which was kind of good. So I had 4. I fucked up the lighting in R&I Special in a scene, I won't say, so you don't fucking notice it. It fucking bothered the shit out of me. I'm like, that's never fucking happening again. So when I was thinking about the lighting for this, I knew the lighting was going to change after it hit midnight. but I knew I wanted it to look, the lanterns like orangey. So to ensure that something never happened again, I did this to the camera thing with the light bulb, like an old orange light bulb. So no matter where I moved the camera, the fucking light stayed the same on what I was shooting, at least from right there. And once we get into the little, oh yeah, I made that shirt that says I was there, boy. I still have the outfit in my closet all bloody. I'm actually thinking about washing the pants and cleaning them up because they're good pants. I bought them at Kohl's and then just did that. But yeah, the inside, I mean, the length. So I had also, there's a hole in the corner of the trailer. And right next to this trailer, fucking that far, giant garage with a bay door right there. So I had my dad leave the extension cord underneath. So there was a hole in the trailer so I can just slide it in the corner. So I had a lamp also behind the camera, always moving around. So whatever's behind the camera, I had 2 lamps, the light on the camera, and then the lanterns going around. And then when I did the after with the blue, I just changed all the light bulbs to blue, and I kept one of them orange, I think, and then the lanterns, which gave it that look. And I shot that on the ending part. I shot on this thing because I wanted it to when we get to it, because I used this in the movie as the diary thing, like leaving it behind before it dies. But then I shot the ending on a different camera. So yeah, he's in the cabin. It's his birthday. Dies at midnight. Little things. I bought that candle of the skeleton in the hot tub. I had the idea to burn the hand, but we'll get to that. So when I wrote the movie, I mean, it's exactly how I wrote it. And I found my cat's taking a piss and I can hear it. The Bible with the flask in it. I was like, oh, that's perfect. I don't actually drink anymore. So normally that would have been great and I probably wouldn't have made this movie because I would have been drunk. But I was like, oh, that's a fucking great idea. So I bought that, wrote that into it. What do I say? Do I say anything? Oh, the picture. I hope I have sex before I get to 40 on the back of the... Okay, first off, the picture is me fucking praying at a Bible when I was forced to go to fucking Sunday school when I was a kid. And that picture's been in a photo album when I found it. And I was like, I was going to use that picture in R&I Special 2 at some point and didn't. And then you always end up using it. I finally found it perfect. And originally, this movie was going to be I die on my 40th birthday, but I literally turned 39 on December 12th, 2024. So I was like, why am I doing 40 if I'm turning 39? Just make it 39. So the back of the picture says, I hope I have sex before I get to 40. And I was just like, yeah, he wrote that when he's a kid. He didn't know. But yeah, that picture is always funny to me. Me praying. Getting drunk on probably what would be vodka in there. Yeah, and then I pull out this camera to record things. Oh yeah, the crows hang. Oh yeah, because... the shack, it was going to be an abandoned shack that I used to play in as a kid. And then obviously it's occupied. Now my other cat's sneezing. Jesus, this is. I don't know if this is good. This might be so fucking bad. The crows, I figured somebody's crashing in there. Because obviously somebody would if they found an abandoned thing they can live in, into the wild. I think I say that in this or something else. Oh yeah, and there's a pigeon coops in the corner. That was a good. I didn't have to add that. That trailer is exactly how it is. We just took shit out. So yeah, I record. But yeah, I had the crows. I just bought them online. I thought that fuck it, they look cool just hanging. The shadows ended up looking radical, so it worked out. And all the it just. Well, I'll get to it. I had the idea too. I'm so over doing diary shots of found footage type shit in my movies because I'm I have to explain the story somehow. How do I do it without just talking to myself? So we'll record it. So I figured this one, where you think like, oh, here we go again. He's gonna be fucking rambling, and then the camera dies. So I was like, oh, that's exactly how to get out of it. So because I was gonna actually not have the camera die and have that camera record the whole thing and use those angles, which thank God I didn't, because that would have fucking, the lighting would have been a bitch to not get it. That would have been a nightmare. Oh yeah, and then I wrote into the script. It wasn't like an improv bit where I pick up the condom and I go still warm, like somebody's been like, I wrote that in and planned that out. Somebody thought I came up with that on the spot. I didn't, because I was like, where would the condoms be? They were Magnum condoms. I ain't using Magnums. And then the painting, yeah, which was ended up being perfect for this. I still can't believe how perfect that worked out. I couldn't light the candle on 39, so I just kept it. Like, I didn't even cut it. I was like, that's as real as it gets. Who ever can light the fucking candle? When you need a lighter to work, it never fucking works. But I broke the 9 on the 39 too, trying to put it into the cake. I was like, Jesus Christ, can't one thing? I was like, of course it breaks. The time wasn't real. It wasn't actually 11 o'clock. It was like probably 7 o'clock at night when I was doing this. I shot from like 5 to 9 on a Friday and like 5 to 10 on a Saturday. That's a real joint I'm smoking with a cake that I bought from Walmart. That is a dog party hat on my head. I didn't know it was a dog hat when I bought it. That's why I say it in there. Galactic Ass Eater song. I wrote that song not for this either. That was already like, I already put that on YouTube, and I was like, oh fuck, that would actually be perfect for this. A quick little, like, I think it's like 50 seconds long. That cool shot of me drinking the flask with the face on, so fucking sick. So now we're just getting, what would you be thinking about if you're like, all right, I'm going to be dead in about 48 minutes? Like, you'd be like, this sucks. Also, the basketball hoop idea was like, I don't know why I thought of that, but I figured it'd be funny to just, like, how do you spend your last dying breaths? It's like, yeah, just hitting some sweet fucking slam dunks. Why not? And then he hotboxed it. That was a fog machine I used. But I wrote that in, like, just always funny. Somebody opened the door and all that smoke. There's so much smoke, actually. It looks so sick. I'm really proud of how this movie looks. I like my outfit. Editing is when I couldn't figure out how to shoot when I'm waiting for the time to tick. That was kind of hard, so I shot it. When I was editing, I doubled them up, and just being in the clock was such a happy accident. I did not plan that out. I cannot take credit for it. I think it's fucking super radical. And then I had to do that so many times because, like, I had to keep going back because, like, my timing was so off. So what you see is the best one I could get. And then I did all the music again myself for this movie. So, like, this was where I was really getting to, I was like, I knew it was just building to this fucking, like, rock and roll, just like, just all different. Because I love that riff, because I made a song called Necro Hummer for the Galactic Ass Eaters. And in that, yeah, the whole riff. And I wanted to use that song in this, but I just was like, fuck it, keep the song itself and just add to it and just keep using the riffs and stuff. So that's how I did, in the beginning of the movie, the music, it was just more sounds. Because whenever it takes place somewhere quiet, like a middle of the woods, I want you to just hear whatever the fuck I'm hearing on fucking camera, because there was shit going on. There was a pigeon coop outside the trailer, like kind of diagonal behind it. And I'd be trying to do something, get ready to set up the next shot, and you start hearing these noises, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And you're in this trailer with the door shut, and you have it latched. But then now I'm afraid to go out of it, because I'm like, well, what if something's out? Like, they're trying. It's easy to be scared when I'm acting, because I really am fucking terrified sometimes. So, waiting for midnight, holding the Bible flask, even though it's not a real Bible, but still, like, I thought that would be like a funny little gag. I love the way it. Once this starts, well, no, that's right, not even, yeah. Then, the color changes a little bit. It's more darker. There was supposed to be blood running out of all, but the fake blood I have sucks. It's too watery, and it didn't look the way I wanted. So I figured it would look like if it splashed back up on me or something. But yeah, it's like, you just be like, God damn it, it's really happening. Like, fuck, this blows. And then the idea for, like, obviously he would start leaking out of his orifices. The face coming out of the painting into my nuts, and then you see the blood, was not planned. I had different stuff in there, and I had my pants bloody and my ass bloody. But I forget what else I was doing, and it was just shots back and forth. I think I was having like a stare down with the painting. Then when I was editing it, I was like, if I can just make the face come out of it and go into it, and then it cuts and you see blood, like almost like it came out, I don't know. Kind of really supernatural-ish, but I think it works perfectly, just the reveal of all of a sudden. The blood wouldn't be that high, though, if it was coming out of your wiener. It would be down low. Same with the ass. And that's okay looking. If you notice, the belt I'm wearing in this is a custom belt I had made on Zazzle.com a couple years ago, where it's me in a gimp mask with a ball gag. The picture, so if you ever pause that, you can see that is me. I wear all my own custom shit now, pretty much. Not this. I bought this from FutureMonsters.com a couple years ago. It's sick. I love their shirts are so comfortable. When I'm recording, there's this one amp called Crusher where it's just all like static. It doesn't even sound that. I love the way it sounds though. That one of me doing this and the crows flying shadowy, I sped it up, and it just like that. Like those are things that like I didn't plan. I just think they're so fucking cool. Like I haven't watched this in a minute. I forgot how cool that is. Oh yeah. When I spit the blood out when I'm laying down, it's playing the riff, and then it stops and kind of crackles, and then the riff starts again after the blood. Not planned. The guitar literally just cut out right there, and another happy accident. That was fucking awesome. And then he gets up, and then I knew, he sits down, just flips it off, and dies. And then I was like, you think that's it? And then I figured I'd record vocals like with a guitar, like, you think that was fucking over? And I knew it was going to be me standing up. I think I wrote in the script, stands up like Gumby. And then blood comes out. The blood came out of my mouth and went on the floor. And then I dropped blood on the cake and then just cut it so it looked like I was doing it, because I was nowhere near the cake when that actually came out. But me popping up like Gumby, and there's just two crows hanging. Face to face, I think, is one of the coolest fucking shots in the world. I gotta take a picture of that again once this is done. I was supposed to wear contacts while I was like, I'm doing all this in a shack. There's like, I have the lights. I have a little space heater to warm me up in between filming, so because it's too loud. I was trying to get contacts and I couldn't get them in. I got super frustrated. So I just nixed them. I was like, fuck it. I dropped one on the ground. It landed. It was just like, I'm done. I was like, fuck the contacts. So there was supposed to be contacts, like blue cat eye type things, actually, since it was all blue lighting and shit, which the blue lights I bought years ago for something else worked out good. The broken glass I bought. So the point of this was, once he's possessed, what does this thing do to you? If people did terrible things to this person and they came back and they cursed you, and this person, they just torture you to death, whatever surrounding, whatever, like wherever you're at, they use it to their advantage. So in this case, it's a shack with a bunch of tools that this person had there, building whatever they were fucking doing. So now I'm just using them all, biting the glass, banging my head on the table was I just thought it looked cool the way it was. I didn't even cut it. I was like, fuck it. I was really hitting my head some of those times. I didn't mean to. That scream is a scream I used to do as a kid. Tongue gag, I think, worked good. It's funny, it's called The Bleeder of Warren County, and I didn't really use that much blood because it's such a pain in the ass. Yeah, it got weird because I didn't, like... So the ending with the blue light, that was supposed to be shot on a GoPro, like, I shoot everything. The day of, I just was playing with this again, and I was like, I love the way, I bet you this would look cool with the blue lights. So I took the lights in my bathroom and turned them on and, like, filmed myself. And I was like, yeah, I think so. Like, I just shot with this, which was also a pain in the ass because when I film my movies on my GoPro, I have it hooked to my phone so I can see what I'm shooting. So if the camera's over here, I can fucking be over here and like, all right, not this. All you have is the LCD screen. So as soon as you flip it around too, or like if you have it, if you want to tilt it, it flips the other way, and then you can't fuck. That was a nightmare for the very last shot of the drill going up the butt. Like trying to get that right was a fucking. We'll get to that in a second. I love the idea of me burning my palm and blood coming out. It was hard to hide the bag like I had, so that's why it zooms in, and then it puts the candle out. I love that. I had that playing. Cutting my dick off, rubbing the little thing. I think that shot's so good. Honestly, the dick shot just glowing in the purple bluish. Me hitting my hand, that was supposed to be so different. I had all the special effects makeup. I was gonna have the nails coming through, like, and have it both sides. Once I started shooting and I realized, like, the music in my head, I was like, this is gonna be so fast paced. It doesn't matter. And I knew, like, even then, like, I was editing it in my head, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do whatever I had planned. Like, let's just fuck myself up with all these different weapons. Like, the hammer was supposed to be stuck in my eye for the rest of the movie, but it was too heavy to stay on with what I had. It kept drooping, and it was just, so that didn't, like, same like the contacts I said, the nails, and then I'm like sucking on them. That wasn't planned. I just kind of I was just pretty much as improv as you can get of me just going, okay, what's the next weapon around the hammer? Squirt. Some of it's kind of cheesy, but it looks radical. Oh yeah, putting the screwdriver down my throat and then bending my neck so you're bending. I think that's a great gag that gets overlooked. And then the screwdriver kind of disappears. But the drill I bought, and I bought that bit just for this. I was going to get a really sharp one, but I realized I was like... So when I decided this, first off, the night I shot this, when I took my pants off, I forgot I had a tattoo on my leg, the Velvet Devil, and I was like, sick, so stoked that's there. It looks radical. The drill, I was trying to figure out how to shoot this, and then I literally was just like, fuck it, shoot it. Just like get the drill as close to your fucking butthole as you possibly can get without going in, and let's just film it in different angles. And the reason why my pants come completely off is because I was trying to do it with them down on my knees, and it was blocking. It was so hard. Like I said, with the camera, it was a nightmare. So I was just like, take my fucking pants off. So I was walking around inside that trailer with like the space heater on, setting up, like trying to figure it out with no pants or underwear on, and just socks or whatever. Like just naked. If somebody walked in or whatever, if I had to run out, it's fun. It's funny to think about now, actually. Do. I just love that. Yeah, pulling the pants down, Velvet Devil. That was the reason why I have the Velvet Devil tattoo is because I went to Bottle King one time with a bunch of people, and my friend's girlfriend at the time picked out this wine that was called the Velvet Devil, and I got drunk on it and paid my respects to it by tattooing it on my body. It's funny that I'm drilling in my ass, but I had like blood dripping down my back because I didn't know how else to do it because I was like, this is still on YouTube, so I'm like, they're probably going to take it down at some point if it gets noticed because there's literally a shot of my dirt button right there. It's literally, I'm holding the camera like just, Jesus Christ, I was 39 years old making this. No, I was 38. It wasn't my birthday. It came out on my birthday. I was a 38-year-old man shoving a drill up my butthole in a box truck trailer in Vienna, New Jersey at 8 o'clock at night on a Friday. Fuck yeah. I love the reaction. I knew at the very end, I was going to fall face first in front of a condom. I think the ending with the blue, like once it goes to the blue light standing up like Gumby, it's just a fucking tornado of chaos. And that's exactly how, this movie's exactly how I wanted it to be. Just something that just fucking goes. Like once it gets going, it goes. And then the end is the whole song I wrote, The Bleeder. And that's, the still image is what I shot. I think I was still pantsless when I shot this. I just put the camera and had... My favorite... I love this. Yeah, so that's the Bleeder of Warren County behind the scenes chat. I don't know. This might have been a disaster. I probably should have waited till I wasn't so high. I don't know. It is what it is. It's 25 minutes long. Rock and roll. The next one's fucking here. This will be longer too. This is gonna be a longer one. Fuck yeah.